Happy Saturday, everyone. I'm glad that we are here in Satsang. Hold on one second. Happy Saturday, everyone. Glad that we are here in Satsang. Um, I think I'll start with the regular Satsang overview. Both Shivangi and Parul are out today. But I do want to talk about a little bit about mental resilience, and then we'll do the meditation, and then we'll open up for further discussion. Um, so satsang, as we do it here, we meditate, and the first thing we do is to focus inwards. It's a group session, which always I feel helps us a tremendous in a tremendous way. Not only sets the tone for the week, but uh, in a way, it helps develop mental resilience. It helps develop inner strength. It helps develop a more individual practice, and because this really helps propel it forward. Joy and inner happiness we can feel in these sessions, and it's the result of following the satsang way, as Guru Maharaj described it. So today, let's talk a little bit about mental resilience, and So I want to step back first, what mental resilience is. So last year, what I realized when I started looking at this topic more deeply, um, I see a bit of a difference between how Guru Maharaj describes mental resilience and how I see people look at it typically. Um, you know, Mental resilience for uh, you know is more of a process tool or uh, you know a skill or capability when somebody is dealing with grief, when somebody is dealing with a very big you know shock of some sort, um, a situation, PTSD, etc. But uh, when I was reading about being on a higher state, or let's just say one of the chapters out of the 28 chapters in that 7 volume book, um, you know, Guru Maharaj talks about to get to the highest state, you have to first develop what he refers to as mental capabilities or mental powers. And if you have all those powers, then you have mental resilience. And actually, so now let's look at it from two different angles. One, if if you actually think about it, every day we are using, um, you know, mental resilience or mental powers in some way, shape, or form. So think about when you are tackling anger or any emotional regulation. That's part of mental power or mental resilience. A lot of things don't come um, with a forewarning or you know um, a loud siren. It's like the greed. Uh, you know, your decisions could be swayed by greed, lust, you know, power, hunger, etc., on a day-to-day basis. So when we tackle these things, what are we doing? We are using our inner strength. And what is that inner strength? That's part of your mental resilience. So anyway, so I personally think that we need mental resilience for day-to-day decision making, day-to-day handling of our ups and downs. Um, but then if you look at um, go to the extreme where um, Sahad Samadhi or the highest form of target state that satsang could take you, where uh, you know um, you win or lose, you are happy or sad, you're none of the situations actually affect you as much. So we did talk about FIR when your up and down swings, the frequency, the intensity, and the recovery times, reduce through inner strength and through practice of satsang. So frequency of the dips, the intensity of the dips, and the recovery times of you know uh, the downs all reduce. So what is that? That is mental resilience. So that comes in action a lot more than we it's actually literally, if not day to day, at least it's pretty frequent. Um, so then there is a statement in that chapter about, um, so, if we talk about the five realms, the third realm is realm of the mind. And then realm of knowledge and realm of love are above that. And those are considered solar phases or higher states than our normal, the lower three are lunar phases, upper two are solar phase. So solar phase is where you have light of your own. You are, and basically that is because you have crossed uh, the mental upheaval phases, and you have crossed over to where you are grounded, where you are having uh, inner strength that makes you capable of making decisions which are sometimes very hard. So all that plays into your forward, actually vertical, ascend further. So I think the food for thought before meditation today is that, uh, you know, how do we really think about mental resilience? And I think mental resilience is something that every one of us should have. And uh, satsang, meditation, mindfulness, all that provides that inner strength that is part of uh, being able to propel ourselves beyond the third realm into the solar phase, into a much more consistent and deep existence in higher states. Um, so on that note, we'll talk more about this whole concept of mental resilience and how it is key to be at a higher state. How do we go from the lunar phase in our lives to a solar phase where we are the light and we stay that way, not only for ourselves, but eventually become the light for others as well. So to get to that state, let's meditate and then we'll discuss further about how mental resilience is so essential. So eyes lightly closed and focus inwards. So for that, we want to keep our body relaxed and still and eyes lightly closed. So observe that, make sure there is no strain. Then think about this transcendental energy in form of light that's right here, right now. And that light is entering our heart and then distributing throughout our body. And we are getting completely and totally immersed in it. When mind wanders away, which it will, just bring it back to this thought and this thought alone, that this transcendental energy in form of light is here and is entering our heart, enlightening it, and then this light is distributing throughout our body, and we are completely, totally getting immersed in that light. Let's start now. So happy Saturday, everyone. Um, one of those very deep sessions where you don't feel like, you know, stalking is disturbing the silence. Um, Actually, somebody very close just uh, was diagnosed with breast cancer um, in the Satsang community and very, very close. So I was thinking, let's meditate for 2 more minutes for her health. Hey, so any thoughts on or questions on mental resilience? And, you know, and basically, as I was saying, to get to a higher state, I think one of the keys um, or one of the bridges that you need to cross is our mental upheavals. And once you at least have the ability to tackle those, um, I think you cross over to a place where it's not just easier to concentrate, easier to make decisions which are not swayed by emotions. You're able to focus on things that help your well being. You're able to make decisions which help you. But more than that, I think there is this ability to stay on a higher state um, when you want. It's more than just um, dealing with shocking situations and deeper problems and grief, etc. So Arvindji, I'll pick on you. What do you think?
Namaskar, Vijay, and happy Saturday, everybody. Namaskar to everybody. As you rightly said, I hardly feel like talking. It was so deep. Amazing. So, yeah, thank you again for bringing that light, love, and peace to us. Uh, Fundamentally, all I feel that we talk a lot about mindfulness and meditation, but I think Guru Maharaj's meditation, as you will tell us, no doubt, is at a much higher level. It's the transcendental energy that pours through. So I just feel that it's beyond simple mindfulness. Um, and resilience, as you've spelled out so many times, and you've written in your book that I was reading this morning, um, is key to
So,
fun.
so, so
Yeah,
I think I'll pause there, and I think everybody here should, once it is out, we're still going through the. Um, now that I'm sorry to interrupt, but
sure,
now that you've talked about it, so basically, I started writing about physical wellness, and we should talk more about it. And, you, Rajat, and Anitaji, and others, in terms of sleep and nutrition and, you know, um, the whole exercise routines and stress reduction and all that. So I started with that. Then I said, no, I think I need to start with mental resilience because Guru Maharaj said that, Hatha yoga and several other practices go bottom up, and then there are reflections and other Vedanta and other things which come back, top down. But his approach was, strike the mind first, tackle some of the, you know, things there, and what happens then. So once you have tackled your mind in through a practice, uh, you have kind of tamed the wild horse. And what do you get out of that? That's, I think, what we're talking about here, phenomenal mental resilience. And if you get that, then you can pour some of that energy into physical wellness, then you can pour some energy into, you know, tackling, you know, things above the third realm in terms of acquiring, real crisp and clear knowledge about things that matter. And then you relate with nature and consciousness in general very, very differently. So then the third volume, so mental resilience, then vitality, and then third volume is about being your authentic self. And um, and that is so important. I mean, how many of us have different masks and, just don't feel comfortable being ourselves? And then the fourth volume is about transforming others or service. Because once you are on a higher state, where do you go to serve others? So yeah. So
absolutely. Amazing stuff. Yeah, all that. One can only strive and one needs to be able to follow the footsteps, and that's wow.
very well. Anybody else on any thoughts on mental resilience or anything else for that matter? Or you're feeling like me, no talk is better after meditation. So Ashita, how are you?
Hello,
Hello.
namaste. Thank you for the meditation. Yes, I also don't feel like talking much, but but yes, it was a good meditation. Mental resilience is a great topic. Always good to think about that and build that, especially when you're not in the midst of chaos. Um, yeah, I. It's a good reminder to just work on it, even when you're
Yeah.
just everything is normal, quote unquote normal, and not only think about that when things get hard. Yes, so thank you.
Sure thing. So, Steve, any thoughts there? Casey or Gita? Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty worn out, I think. So I'm just pondering. But it's good to be with the group. There's strength with the group, I feel. Tap into that energy. And it's a lot to think about. As long as we're striving to move in the right direction, I think that's enough.
Yeah. Totally agree. Hello, Gita.
Namaskar.
Mhm.
Namaskar ji. Happy Saturday to everyone. Yeah, it's a good reminder. Actually, I've been reading and listening a lot, and between the body and what everybody sees, and then the mental side that nobody sees, and so it's a good reminder, and and just a reflection, a lot of reflection on how do you live your life, knowing that you always say, right, you're a guest. But the mental side is something that's just so internal to us that nobody can ever see what's going on, not even the doctor, right? They can only get to the part of the brain.
Well, I'll question that. See, the thing is, we, through our behavior, we're reflecting what's going on in there.
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
very true. Very true.
Because yeah, it's the inner world, and we uh, deal with a lot, um, and that's true. But the growth and where we are on the five realms uh, definitely affects our behavior. But not just that, and you're right. I think what you're talking about, how we feel, because that also is tied to where we are, the five realms, right? So um, not just our perception of ourselves reflects on how we see the world and how we react with the world. Then, very true. All right.
Yes, thank you.
Paula, Jeff, any thoughts before we wrap up today? Ajita? All right. So on that note, love, light, and peace be with you. Glad that we are here in Satsang, and see you all very soon. Take care now.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaskar.
Bye, everyone.
Namaskar, Bhaiya.